is the weekly update of the African nightcrawler bin. Let's see. Well, there still are gnats here, not as many as before. I can visibly see, but you can probably see that there are still gnats crawling around. Not as many as before, which is good. There are some pockets of mold right there and there. Alright, this is where I fed last. What I fed them, I don't remember. Let's see. Oh. Wow. Okay, looks like watermelon. And they're good to go. They're eating it. Bin feels a little dry. I'll just say a little dry for me, but I'm sure there's enough moisture in here for them. But as you can see, there's no more food left, per se. But they were all gathered around the moisture of them. Let's ruffle up this bin. I'm trying not to do a midweek check of these guys. Oh, another piece of watermelon. I'm trying to do just a weekly check. It's our fun corn husk. Slowly breaking down. Pockets of baby worms. Here's my marker from prior. Oh well, I don't need it now, right? I have a different marker. If you remember, I had taken all the adult breeder worms. There were 27 of them, and I put them in a different bin once I saw that there were babies here. So we're all seeing babies still, and they're growing. Okay. There's that. I have a piece of avocado skin. Break that up a little bit. All right, let me give them a feeding. So what do I have here? This isn't really a feeding. This is a grapevine. All right, let's give them a couple of these. And that should be good for them, I think, for a week. They need more. Another one of these, another one of these. Let's do another one So they have 3 cantaloupe rinds, some grapevines, and one watermelon rind. Okay, sounds good to me. By the way, it's all frozen. There were a few rice grains on there. And that is coral calcium powder, neem seed meal, and homemade worm chow. This worm chow, I added an ingredient, and we'll see how they do on it. So what in the world is this one? Great. Okay. Okay, guys. I don't know what this is, what kind of worm this is. It's too small. I found it on the side by my bin underneath one of these, underneath the worm, homemade worm chow. I'm trying to think if was this on my glove. On this glove, was this from a prior feeding? I don't know what type of worm this is, and I don't want any, I don't want to mix, is what I want to say. I don't want to mix any of my bins, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one aside. It gets to be all by itself for a little while till I can figure out what type of species this is. Is this one of the African night crawlers or one of the red wigglers? I have a feeling it's an African, but I want to make sure. So this guy will get to be by itself for a while. Let me go ahead and get a container for it, and I'll be right back. All right, fortunately I had some pre-moistened bedding, so I just put the little guy in here. Take care of him, don't worry. Don't worry about him. Okay, so, all right, back to this. Okay, the new warm chow has in it cornmeal, oatmeal, eggshell, and alfalfa meal. We'll see what happens. We'll see how they like it. We'll see if we have any unusual behaviors or anything like that. These guys look good. All right. Now, since there were still some gnats on here, I am going to continue to put some neem seed meal here because it seems to be working. The gnats are less in numbers. I don't see hardly any flying around. I do see some still on the ground. So what the neem seed appears to do is to disrupt the reproduction cycle. So that's what it's doing. Okay, it doesn't kill the already grown gnats, but it does take care of their reproduction, or disrupts their reproduction cycle. I'm gonna have to read up on that again, but there, if I remember, I will put a link to the report below so it can be easily found again when we go to look for this. Actually, let me move this so it'll be on all surfaces. And the worms eat the neem seed meal as well, so it's good for the worms. There we go. I'm going to let it go a day or two before I water, and then we'll go from there. Here's the bin. Let's cover it up a little bit. And thank you for coming on this journey with me.